Now by the title and thumbnail, you probably thought this would be a super well-made video essay, but nah, I just wanted to rant about something for a bit. So the other day, I was ordering food on Panda Express's website, and the whole time I couldn't help but think to myself, man, this website is ass. I was genuinely contemplating if starving would have been a better alternative, but it just made me think for a second. Most websites just suck. And I don't just mean the interface or anything like that, I mean the personality. Like, if your website's gonna run like garbage, at least make it look good. Like, add like a few dancing pandas or something. Do what Homer did in that one episode. Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of things wrong with Panda Express's website, but one of my main issues is how bland it is. And its blandness made me ponder for a bit, just reflecting on the way the internet has been for the past few years. And it got me thinking, the internet is bland as shit. I hate how corporatized the internet has become. Now, just think about the old internet for a second. The good old days, when you still had friends, when life felt like it had purpose, and I was still a fetus. Just remember those old internet forums with insane memes and crazy posts. Those super weird websites where you could just browse them for hours on end, not getting bored. And racism. Now, I'm not gonna act like the old internet was all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, if I were on any of those forums, especially as a kid, I'd be run out like it was 1953. But despite that, the old internet just gives me such a nice feeling. It's like when you watch old historical footage that isn't of war crimes or child labor or any of that stuff. Just regular people living regular lives. And going back to the old internet kind of replicates that. One single profile can tell you a lot about a person. It makes you wonder if they're still alive, what they're up to now, how life has been treating them. This is what I miss. When the internet was about the individual, when it was much less corporatized than it is now. Now, I'm not gonna act like the internet back then didn't have any corporate aspects to it, but it wasn't nearly as prevalent as it is today. Now it just feels like it's everywhere, like no matter what website I'm on, I'm being advertised to. Everything is just so sterile. With the internet, there's literally limitless possibilities to customize your website, and yet, all these places just look identical to each other. In fact, I have the perfect example of this. DeviantArt. Now just hear me out for a second, hear me out, please don't click off, please. Okay, so if you haven't clicked off already, I think that DeviantArt is the perfect example of how the internet became more bland. Back in the day, you used to be able to customize your page and give it your own personality. People will go above and beyond when customizing their profiles, and it really brought out a lot of individuality within the site. Given the fact that this is DeviantArt, it's really debatable whether that's a good thing or not, but I think as an idea, it's pretty cool. But flash forward to present day where they changed the entire UI and just made it look like another social media platform. Like, why would you do this? What do you get out of making your site look like absolute dog shit? Like, what? Are you like trying to appease investors or something? Like, do they just want your site to look as boring as possible? This looks like it was designed by a chronically depressed person in a war-torn country. Tell me why nowadays social media platforms don't give us this level of customization. Like Twitter and Facebook and stuff is just super bland when it comes to customization. Like, you can talk bad about MySpace all you want, but let's be real, their customization is on top. So is Tumblr's actually. I know it gets a lot of bad rep, but I mean it's not as insufferable now since all those people left and went to Twitter. But I think this issue is bigger than social media pages. Companies are just super bland. Let's be real, they're so bland, they love playing everything safe. Like I said earlier, most of their websites just feel really corporate. There's nothing to note. Like, they've always got some stock footage of some happy family or happy workers. Like, let's be real, nobody in real life is that happy. We'd all be depressed. But these websites have zero personality. I get the same feeling navigating these websites as I do when I'm hungover. I just don't understand why companies refuse to give anything personality. Like, I feel like more people would buy your product if you had some crazy looking shit on your website. Oh yeah, and before anybody tries to tell me that companies have personality because they say funny stuff on Twitter, just keep in mind, these guys don't care about being funny, and it's just posts made by the marketing team to seem hip and cool. It was funny when Wendy's did it almost, oh god, 5 years ago. And it's sort of funny when Opera GX does it. But it's so old. I'm not gonna buy SpaghettiOs because your marketing team posted about Pearl Harbor. Companies want your money, and social media is the perfect way to get that. They ensure that people are spending as much time on the internet as possible, and that certainly affects real life. And I'm not talking about little kids watching Skibbity Toilet or Ohio or whatever the fuck they're into. I mean, this affects very important aspects of our daily life, influencing the way people act, their attitudes, and their beliefs. For example, back when I was on TikTok, I was scrolling and I saw a slightly left-wing political meme, so you know I liked it. Not even 10 minutes later, I started getting TikToks from unironic communists. Like, damn, I'm not a fan of capitalism, but I'm no commie. And I still get these posts to this day. Like, it's been almost 2 months now, and I still get these communist posts. Like, what the fuck? Keep in mind, this was in the span of less than 10 minutes. Just imagine the algorithm spoon-feeding somebody this kind of stuff every single day. And in truth, I don't really think these companies care about what ideas they're inadvertently or purposely pushing onto people. As long as they get that bag, they really don't care. Oh yeah, and despite this video mainly being about corporations, YouTubers aren't safe either. Disgusting content farms, bland YouTuber drama that is milked to death, and low effort garbage flooding my pages solely to make money. Drama is just so sensationalized on YouTube for clicks.
Oh my gosh guys, this YouTuber totally groomed this minor. Time to make 50 videos about it in the span of a week.
You know what they say, every minor groomed is more revenue. This shit is enough to make me get on my knees and apologize to Karl Marx for every bad thing I've said about communism. It's truly a sad state of affairs. And most social medias are chock full of this garbage, as money-making fads and straight-up scams are just getting put into the limelight. There are really few places I like to browse anymore. You know, I guess 4chan's pretty good, even though most of it is just, you know, I think you guys know, but it's not really the same. Despite the absolute stupid drivel that comes out of some people's mouths, it really does suck to see that freedom of speech is being suppressed by larger companies. And overall, it's just really sad. This video is going to be really short because, you know, I'm just kind of rambling. I wrote most of the script in like business class. So yeah, see you guys, I guess. Peace out.